If revenge is a dish best served cold, dozens of hard-working Brits are going to enjoy this. The man asleep in this house is twice-banned company director Andrew Nolan. Outside are just a handful of the 60 or so people who have paid him up to £100,000 each for the dream of a retirement home in Cyprus.
So what did he sell you? What did he tell you you were buying?
We were excited. It's the only reason we were in Cyprus, and we saw the advertisement, and what excited us was the fact that it was a villa, basically at half price, which sounds now, you know, you ought to have been a little bit more, but you know, we paid 50% of the value of the property, and it was to be let for a period of 10 years. And then we would own it outright at the end of 10 years.
Well, you told us originally that it would take about 12 months to complete, and after 12 months you hadn't even started work. So that's when we started getting together with each other and communicating with other buyers to find out what was going on.
This is what has been going on. Here's one of the villas. None of them has been finished. Developer Ian Beaumont says he's run out of money. He's since left Cyprus for the Czech Republic and is currently believed to be in Dubai. When we first investigated the story 2 years ago, the agent who sold the development, Andrew Nolan, said he was out of pocket too. He claimed he hadn't received his 10% commission in full. It wasn't the first time we'd crossed paths with Nolan. In 2003 we revealed how Nolan had been banned from being a company director for the maximum possible 15 years. His insurance company went bust owing £2.3 million. Hundreds of drivers were left uninsured. Accountants found a £722,000 black hole in the firm's books. The recorder at Birmingham County Court said of Nolan, he was happy to pay money to himself, but not to poor unsuspecting members of the public. I'm faced with a man who has not kept accounts, defrauded insurance companies, not cooperated with the liquidator, and has helped himself to monies out of a trust fund. The fact that this man has not attended today's hearing underlines the depth of his impropriety. I think this man is a complete fraudster. I will go for the maximum. It's not a track record to be proud of, and Nolan's still got questions to answer. Like, what happened to the £2.2 million that went through the UK bank account of his Cypriot estate agency? Some of that money belonged to Mike, a guest house owner from Harrogate, and Mark, a joiner from Grantham, Lincolnshire.
What effect has this had on, you know, on the investors? What's it been like?
It's been varied. Some of us, us in this group are okay, but some of them have had marriage breakups and all sorts.
We're pretty strong and resilient, and we're coping. But there's, you know, like says, others haven't coped quite as well.
Really? So people have lost all their savings, have they?
Lost savings. I think one person actually was so excited by the development they bought 2 properties. So you can imagine what's it done to them. You know, marriage breakdowns, you know, nervous breakdowns, sort of stuff.
3 buyers have a county court judgment for £200,000 that Nolan has ignored. So they asked Kevin from Bluemoon Investigations to serve bankruptcy proceedings on him. It's 6 a.m.
It's 14 minutes back.
Is all this fuss just for serving?
I have no idea, sir.
Okay, well, thank you very much, sir.
You're more than welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for wasting everybody's time and these good officers' time.
That's fine.
Mr. Nolan, Nick Sunlad from the Mirror. We spoke last year. What have you got to say to these guys about the money that they paid you for those properties?
I don't have their money. I never have. I have an affidavit from the developer signed in front of a solicitor proving that I don't owe them a penny. It's very unfortunate, and they've wasted an awful lot of their time and made a personal crusade against me. I understand why they've done it. They've lost money. Likewise, so have I.
You haven't proved, Mr. Nolan, that where the money went. You had an opportunity in court,
Where were you?
but you chose
where
not to
were
do
you?
it. Where was you?
We really missed you in Coventry.
You had a choice.
You weren't there.
You had a choice to come to court and prove your innocence, Mr. Nolan, and you didn't.
Well, David, if I had the money to defend myself, if I hadn't been on medication for the past 12 months, I would have done so. I was unable to do
You had
so.
every opportunity at the court, Andrew.
I tried, I gave you all the paperwork, and you weren't
didn't.
satisfied. You are the funny. But it's sad for all of you. I'm very sorry you lost money. You know in your own hearts that you've been chasing the wrong man. You know exactly where your money is.
How did that feel then?
That was a long time coming, but it was absolutely fantastic to see him lose like that. That's what we wanted.
To see him squirm, basically, because that's what he did this morning. He was very, very uncomfortable.